Hello, everyone. My name is Jose. I'm the founder of Entropy. I'd like to thank Kenny and Manta for the opportunity today, and I'm very excited to introduce what we've been working on for several months now. So this is virtual rollups, and I could spend a bit of time telling you, I guess, how it works, what it does, why we do it, but I thought a demo was the most risky and the best way to show you how it works. So this is a Web3 game. Now, when you think Web3 game, autonomous worlds, fully on-chain gaming, these are hot topics. And no game, in my opinion, is actually on-chain. The UX is bad. You're spending a lot of time opening MetaMask, approving gas, spending transaction fees, no matter how composable the L2 beneath it is. And it's also very latent. You are wasting time. The experience is just overall not super solid. Now, if many of you are familiar with state channel technology, this is basically the idea that we can put escrow collateral on chain, and rather than put a transaction on blockchain, so say that I need to send $10 to Kenny and then send another $10 to Kenny and then another $10, why not basically put that collateral on chain first? Then I can use my same private public key pair and send that directly peer-to-peer to him. And taking this idea, he can bundle those transactions using my signatures and send it all at once for the price of one transaction as opposed to 10 or 100 or however many. Not only is this good for gas costs, but it is absolutely great for latency and user experience. And if we are to bring on the next billion users to Web3, we need something that the three of us can figure out to set up, a minute before this starts. And we were able to do that because it is that simple. And so this is a game of Connect 4. And if you want to go check out the round proof verification, I don't know if you can get to that here button. Basically, what this is simple Connect 4 game, but it is peer-to-peer. So me and Kenny are communicating directly to one another. There's no server involved. There is no centralized entity or third party. And every move is signed using our ephemeral keys. And this means that whenever another player gets a new move, they're going to re-aggregate this using a BLS signature. And so that you don't actually need to store all of the signatures or all of the moves. You have re-aggregated the last state. So you're storing just this position. Maybe we can get to the round proof verification that will show basically that at any point, either party can unilaterally prove this on chain and bring up the results so that you can show, oh, look, Kenny won or I won, and you can use this for example, social networks. If I want to like, follow, comment on something, I can do that all in one transaction and never interact with the blockchain. I can use it for real money gaming and a trustless system for creating and bundling all of this very cost effectively. And this is effectively what we do. So virtual rollups, gas-free, instant transactions. It's a scaling solution built on the state channel technology, while also allowing unlimited players and dynamic entering and exiting. So this is important for example, game lobbies where you want to have people join and enter very easily. I guess I'll take a step back, talk about the team a little bit. So my name is Jose. I'm the founder of Entropy. I dropped out of Yale last year, much to the chagrin of my parents, to build this. Our CTO is Dr. Alexander Atamanov. He is a PhD in cryptography. We went through Binance's Season 5 incubator and just raised 1.2 million from a round led by OP Crypto, and are currently doing our closed beta with 7 of the largest games and iGaming platforms that are using this technology to increase their user bases, appeal to Web2 audiences, and overall lower their gas fees and costs. And yeah, we're pretty excited to kick this off and get it going. I guess I can also talk about the market. So we are focusing on SaaS strategy directly on the gaming side. We're also looking at ecosystem and how we can be addition to even layer 1s and layer 2s. While lowering their costs still and basically increasing compute and transparency and reducing latency, improving UX on the gaming and the social side, as well as we're also working with loyalty point providers, and other cool stuff like that. So I will stop there for questions.
Yeah, thank you, Jose. If anyone from the audience has questions, I'll just move the mic. Are the judges allowed to ask questions?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. Yeah, very cool project. So like, in games in general, how do you prevent people from, like, let's say during Connect 4, I know that I'm losing pretty badly, just like not submitting signatures, and just a little bit of follow-up. So for signaling, are you guys using like WebRTC or something like that? Do you have any plans for decentralizing? Like, you have to have, just to like punch through now, like you have to have some kind of like server that you talk to just to like get the connection started, right? So.
Yeah, absolutely. So we use a server for point of contact. We can use the blockchain for that as well. We use a peer-to-peer mesh network for the actual ongoing communication. And your first question was if someone's up with the dropout problem, because peer-to-peer communication is rage quit, exactly. It's really easy to actually do peer-to-peer communication. This is not difficult. What's difficult is what happens if I do stop sending signatures. So at every single move here, so all of my little Connect 4 icons, signature was sent alongside that and it's stored on the local device. So this is why it's fault tolerant. It's unilaterally proven. However, of course, what if Kenny has not won yet? What if he has 3 in a row and I have my pieces? Well, he can prove what the game state is. And so what he's going to do is put an interaction on blockchain saying, this is the current state. It's too difficult for most games, for example, say a first-person shooter. You can't evaluate who's winning in that position. Connect 4, you probably could, just based on, oh, he's 1 move left. But what we do is he puts a post on chain saying, I'm live, this is the current state, my opponent is not replying. If my network has failed, I can stop replying. I never do that. I never interact on blockchain. He knows then that I wasn't live, and the contract knows it. However, if I do, and I'm saying that I am interacting, I am live, what's going to happen is there are other people in the virtual rollup that this becomes a minimum trust assumption. So say that me and you are playing, we're going to propagate it out to everyone else here, and they become basically a relay. We only need 1 honest participant here. And so it's not like a social consensus. It's 1 person receives both of our communications, and we communicate through that person. And if no one receives any communications today from my side, we know that, well, no party can prove that they had my signatures, and therefore they won't appear on the contract. We can talk more about it.
I think we have just one maximum 1 question left. If you want to follow up, or so is there like you can always do that, like have some kind of like timer or something where it's like if you don't submit a signature, then whoever submitted and whoever didn't. Of course, there's the issue of someone just like DDoSing the other person, but you can't really get around that. Is there a simpler way to do this? And like also, I'm just curious, like other than, do you see your guys' platform primarily serving gaming? Are there any other use cases that you guys have in mind?
Starting with the second question again, yes, we're looking at social as well. So we're actually working with some email providers, social platforms. That's even easier because you don't need to do the collateral on-chain first. So it becomes 1 on-chain transaction rather than 1 buy-in, cash out. And we're also working with loyalty point providers, eventually DeFi as well. So if you think of like Alice to a DEX, Bob to a DEX, Alice and Bob can't communicate, but through the DEX, you can have a channel through a ZK recursive memory device. We're working on that. Answering your first question, yes. So there is a simpler way to do it with poker, which is where we actually began. You can just finish the interaction on chain. So I do my buy, I fold, do this, we just finish it on chain, right? And that's in the case of a dispute, which rarely happens because it's provable and you could just slash that person. So it's never in someone's interest to do that. But in most games, like non-turn-based games, like RPGs and stuff like that, you need to do something like the relay.
Okay, makes a lot of sense.
Thank you, everyone. And Stan, if you want to play your Connect 4 yourself.
All right, so we have the scores tallied. So hopefully all of the startups that were pitching just now are still in the room. So we're going to start with 3rd place. And so 3rd place with a score of 347 is Entropy. Congratulations. All right, do you have anything you want to say? I don't even know.
Thank you.